We're not limiting the syllabus to this. This is just a list of things that come to mind. Certainly there's things you must start with. Don't stop with any of these chapters before you've done that. There's no sense of any of the chapters limited to these items. Only chapters where you don't have to know absolutely everything is chapter 7, and then we're just limiting level 1 and level 2, taking it out. And then mortgage crisis, all we have to know is the items that we detail there. But all of the other chapters, it's no part of the chapter is excluded from the syllabus. If we move on to the next item on our schedule sheet, the next item on our schedule sheet was activity-based costing, right? So the very next thing you had was activity-based costing, chapter 5. And if we look at activity-based costing, chapter 5, an item of things that come to mind that you grounded without is having to know that it's actually activities that cause overhead expenses. But we can't do math with an activity because it's a verb, and we can't do math with verbs. So the cost driver is a measurable unit that is associated with the verb, the activity that drives the cost. Example used in class. Storing things is a verb, an activity. Can't do math with storing, so we find square feet is a measurable unit associated with that verb, storing things. So we have to have a cost driver, we have to have overhead dollars, and we have to have the activity which causes those overhead dollars. And having done that, we can cost our individual products the traditional or simple way, where we have direct material, no matter what method we use, plus direct labor, no matter what method we use, simple or ABC. Then in addition, we have to share the overhead over the products. And that's where we come to a choice. The traditional or simple way says, set a predetermined rate for recovery of overhead by having just one numerator for all overhead, plant-wide, all products. And just one denominator, plant-wide, all products. So your numerator might be all of your overhead, rent, free cafeteria, indirect material, indirect labor, insurance, everything plunked in our numerator. The bottom might be just total direct labor hours, plant-wide. Or total machine hours, plant-wide, or direct labor dollars, plant-wide, all products. Divide that numerator by that denominator, you have your predetermined rate of recovery of overhead. Whatever the product's use of that particular activity is, you multiply that product's use by that predetermined rate, and that's the overhead you give that product to add to its material and its labor. Whereas ABC says, even although GAAP allows that, that's a very, very rough shooting from the hip way of allocating overhead. It fulfills GAAP requirements, but clearly it does not share overhead over products nicely in proportion to which these products cause that overhead. For instance, it would share both rent and free cafeteria over two products in the exact same proportion. If the one product used more labor hours than the other product, it would get more rent, even if it used less square feet with more labor hours. So ABC says, let's find all the overheads that are driven by a particular activity and make those overhead dollars into one pool. And just in that pool have overhead dollars that are caused by one activity, and as a denominator have that activity level, plant-wide, all products, and get an overhead rate for that activity. Then go to the next activity that you think drives cost and get all the overheads that are driven by just that activity as your second numerator, and get plant-wide, all products, the activity level of that second cost driver, and make it the denominator for your second predetermined rate, and so on for the third, maybe fourth, fifth. Now for our product cost, we'll have direct material, direct labor, and then overhead pool 1, applied by reference to that product's use of pool 1's predetermined rate, plus pool 2 of overhead. Give each product the overhead that's determined by that product's use of this particular activity times that activity's predetermined rate. So, as many overhead pools as we have so many numerators, so many denominators, that many overhead rates, and then we'll have that many pools of overhead to add to direct material and direct labor. Now, I just so happen to have a question on this review sheet that deals with ABC. And can you find the question that deals with ABC? Question number 4. I hope you had this question while we're doing number 2. 64 Lippencross. Did we skip off? We did 2. Did you have the